Say what?
Say what? Say what?
Welcome to Say What, the Energy Ogre podcast, where our specialty is lowering your light bill. But we also offer bite-sized education and financial tips for busy people who want to find overall better solutions to living a brighter life.
Welcome to the latest edition of Say What? I'm your host, Laura Thornquist, and here, of course, with me is the one, the only, Julie Williams. Always love having you here in person.
It's nice to be here.
It's seeing people in person more and more. It's been kind of nice, right?
Yes,
Have you noticed that?
Yes, it is nice.
So basically today we're going to kind of go knock you on the head. You want to know why? Because too many people are overpaying for electricity.
Mm-hmm.
It just and I it's frustrating.
Right. Yeah, it's like, how many times do we have to tell you?
Right.
And why aren't you listening?
Right. And so yes, we're going to try to wake up those sleepers out there, okay,
Right.
with this podcast. So let's dive right in. First of all, recently ERCOT predicted that Texans will have over 86,000 megawatts of capacity available this upcoming fall, including a surplus of new wind and solar capacity. Now that's more than enough to cover peak demand for the fall and winter months. So, as I said, why are most Texans still overpaying for electricity by 30 to 45%? That's money in your pocket that you're just kind of giving away.
Right. And I mean, the number one problem is shopping for electricity. Mm-hmm. All you really want to know at that point is how much you're going to pay before you sign a contract. But I mean, there's over 60 providers with 1,000+ electricity plans and a clutter of confusing language, terms, conditions, fine print. I mean, shopping feels like a minefield of gimmicks and gotchas, and all you're trying to do is find the right plan. And ultimately, most people don't learn the true price of the plan that they picked until they get that first bill. So today we are discussing the most common reasons why so many Texans overpay, and we're going to give you some things to watch out for.
For sure. Now let's begin with the most common reason, and that is not factoring in the delivery charges into your rate. So when you pay your bill each and every month, you're paying both your retail electricity provider for your electricity use, and then you're also paying the local utility that delivers that electricity to you. Now, many providers, they only quote their energy charges without including the delivery charges. Want to know why? It's because it looks cheaper, right? Mm-hmm. When shopping for a new plan and comparing rates, they fail to factor in the delivery fees when calculating what we call their all-in electric bill. TDU fees aren't bypassable, aren't, right? They include the cost of delivering power to your service address, reading your meter, maintaining the power lines, as well as handling outages and emergencies. Now, every provider can choose how they show these fees on their bill, which can be totally and completely, utterly confusing. Sure. With your past providers, they may have lumped the fees together with your energy charge, while others, they're going to list them separately. The most important thing to remember is that every plan offered by an electricity provider will include these charges, and the total cost will vary based on the usage. Not factoring them in is an extremely common and unfortunately expensive oversight, since these charges can account for about 50% of your bill. That's right, 50%. So be sure to always compare quotes with delivery charges included. If they aren't listed, time to walk on.
Yeah, for sure. So next on the list is we have premium electricity providers. Mm-hmm. So these are those big name providers. You see their billboards and TV commercials. You get their, offer letters in the mail. You have their salesmen coming to your door.
By the way, in those commercials, there's one that's pretty cute.
Oh, yeah, they do a great job. They're adorable. Yeah. Now they've got little animals that live with them, and they're the perfect family. Right. You don't know if you're buying butter or electricity, but you want it.
But it's cute.
Right, for sure. And let us not forget, there's all those stadiums and, parks that are named. Right. And then the celebrity endorsements. Those people that you recognize their voice. Yes. Oh, Matthew. We should all be driving Lincolns, but whatever.
Well, that's a good point.
But the point is, when they promote these products, they rarely mention those specific rates, but they make sure that we know their name. And as we all know, all that big advertising and those high profile sponsorships, they cost money. So it's not a surprise that for those big name providers that we're almost familiar with, they tend to charge higher rates for exactly the same electricity that we would get from any other provider. Yeah. I mean, the only thing premium about them is their name. Well, that and their rates. So it may not surprise you also to learn that those same companies, most of them sell electricity under lesser known names as well at cheaper prices.
That's right. Kind of frustrating, isn't
Oh,
it? When you break it all down, it's just like, I've been taken.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right. In previous episodes, we've talked about the misleading promise of free and how some electricity providers offer free electricity. No such thing as free, folks. Free gadgets and incentives to lure shoppers into enrolling into more expensive electricity contracts. You know, it's a very common reason why they end up overpaying because of these freebies. But the ideology of free applies to where you shop for electricity as well. So honestly, all electricity shopping sites, they've got to make profits. They're in the business, right? They're in business to make money. It's to cover their expenses.
Yeah, we need a building. We need people. Yes. There's stuff we got to pay for.
We need to eat.
Yeah,
I
and
need to eat.
all of our technology. I mean, it's got to run on something.
That's exactly right. Now, if you aren't paying them to shop on your behalf, well, then it's likely that providers are paying them to sell you the plans at higher rates. So just keep that in mind.
Right, for sure. Who's paying who, it matters a lot. So, and next, we have the age-old trick of bait and switch. So some electricity providers will post a good deal on a shopping site. They have really attractive rates and short-term contracts, usually 3 to 6 months. And then shortly after you enroll in one of these lovely plans, you'll start to receive offers for your renewal for your contract with the provider. Now, these offers are usually a much longer term and significantly more expensive, which you may not realize before you agree and sign. Now, of course, there's also the option that providers can count on you to somehow miss those renewal notices or forget your contract end date. And when you do, they just quietly move you over into a more expensive month-to-month plan until you finally notice. And especially if, depending on when you do fall out of contract, the summer is when we're going to be using most of our electricity.
That's right.
And you may have fallen out of contract in September and you've been kind of going along okay, you don't notice. And then come July and you're like,
that big bill.
you've already used the electricity. You can't do anything about it. We call that a stupid tax in my family.
That is that's good. I like that. I'm going to adopt that.
When you're like, well, I have to pay this extra $500, but I won't do it again.
I like that. All right. Lastly, we have unnecessarily expensive 100% renewable energy plans. Yeah. As ogres, we love being green.
Oh, for sure.
And, I'm green today, right? But going green in Texas does not have to be expensive. That's because we have an excess of renewable energy and renewable energy plans in the state. Of course, wind and solar energy have clear environmental benefits and consumer appeal, no doubt about it. So many providers offer renewable plans exclusively or as an upsell option. But you might think twice before paying extra for a 100% renewable power plan. Despite their green credentials, many of those advertised plans do little more than increase retailer profits. Kind of makes you frustrated.
It's so frustrating.
I know.
Yeah.
But many people, they tend to believe that by choosing a renewable energy plan, only renewable electricity is coming to their home. As we've stated before, and we will continue to state again, all electricity comes from the same place, and nearly all Texas homes get their electricity from one common grid.
Yeah. At any given moment, that grid is supported by a wide array of both renewable and non-renewable energy sources. And since the grid, mixes up all of that energy together, regardless of the source, there's really no way to purchase electricity from any one particular energy source. Because of this, though, we have a unique marketplace to support green energy. Renewable energy suppliers receive a REC, or a renewable energy credit, for every megawatt hour of electricity that they generate and supply to the grid. Those credits are then sold to wholesalers and retail providers who offer renewable energy plans. And now they must purchase the necessary number of RECs to offset the amount of electricity that is used by their customers who are enrolled in renewable plans.
It's a little confusing. I get it.
Yeah, it's a little odd because the electricity is generated and supplied, but then there's also this, hey, we did this, and you can buy that, but it allows, the plants to be maintained, new generation sources to be built. It is a little, it's hard to wrap your mind
around it. I know. Well, if you are interested in enrolling in a 100% renewable energy plan, you don't have to pay an expensive premium. In Texas, we have a tremendous amount of renewable power generation, which keeps renewable energy credits relatively cheap. although most renewable energy plans are generally a bit more pricey than a regular plan. Now, for Energy Ogre members who choose to enroll in 100% renewable energy plans, we're going to make every single effort to ensure that we find you the most affordable, the most competitive renewable plan based on your individual usage. And if there are no competitive rates available, well, we'll let you know and advise you of your options.
Yeah. And pretty soon, Energy Ogre members will be able to buy renewable energy credits with no price markup.
This is awesome.
So
awesome.
this would
Very
be,
exciting.
directly through us from the marketplace. And, to soak up all those excess credits that aren't being used by providers. And you won't have to wonder if your money is making a real impact on supporting those green technologies. We want our members to go green and keep it in their pocket.
Yeah.
So be on the lookout for more information about that opportunity soon. It's very exciting.
Of course, it's our mission to ensure that our members, that they get the lowest electricity rates based on their individual usage and avoid all of these potential traps that we've been mentioning. We know the red flags regarding electricity plans very, very well. We use our technology to actively monitor and analyze the thousands of offers on the market to find the right plan for every member. We're always searching for better options while actively maintaining your account with your retail energy provider. And we also should mention that we back our service with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Most importantly, we are only paid by our members. So guess what? Our sole priority is you.
Yeah, that's the best part about it.
Yep.
We work for you. We're going to find the best plans for you. We're going to meet all of your preferences and, just also take all that hassle off your shoulders. But
Do it all for you.
yeah. So, are you currently enrolled in an expensive energy plan? Are you not really sure? Why don't you put us to the test? Try our savings calculator and see how much you might be saving. The link is right there in the description.
On the savings calculator, we're going to let you know. If we can't save you, we let you know. Like, we're not here just to get your money. It's not like we're getting rich off of $10, right?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, we're here to help you. So if we can't save you, you will know right away. But by and large, we're saving people a lot of money, especially right now.
Yeah, for sure. And it all just depends on kind of maybe how lucky you were in your last plan, but also you may not be as lucky next time. So when
That's
it's
right.
time to shop, always check the calculator first. It's good policy. Now, we'd also love to know your thoughts on today's show. As always, we just love hearing from you. So give us a shout. Let us know what you think.
Yep. And as always, be cool, stay kind, and do great things.
It's the Ogre way.